Alright guys, right, Lee, you? Is that alright?
It's not for this one, is it?
Kind of, sort of. Right,
The wonky donkey one.
right, we just looked at section 4, where we do the gowns, and then drawing back in. And out of interest, no, this is a good point. Do you mind when we see yours? I want you to do it like you did before. So we'll do your right side first. So he turns here, and then from there, come over the top, and he drops it back in, that's fine. Spot on, so it's fine. So you turn with the gown to your right, I come over the top, and he recovers it. On his other side, no, this is great. I want you to do what you did, because it's a really good thing. So yeah, do this one whenever, so a big turn. Now when I try and come over on this one, here, he's just turning back with a dive on. And you sort of found it difficult to do.
Yeah, on this side.
And then what we wanted for section 4, push out, was for me to come around and then recover. And that principle, like you said, it's a little bit like that thing of, in Chi Sau, so if we're in Chi Sau, as soon as I move forwards, you keep the elbow where it is, and I go for the palm and you push. And that's what's kind of eliminating that. But so again, you go for the palm, and I push forwards, and that kind of interacts straight away. But if he goes forwards and gets the kind of gain on me, so he's set off first, this now is going to be too late, so I'm going to allow my elbow out and put more focus on to the wrist. So again, you push here, and I match. Again, I match. So go high, here, and I match. Again, but in that case, I let him just go forwards a tiny bit first, and then I'll press down at the wrist. Now I'm not actually going to allow him to do that. So, well, what if he was too quick and he got the head on me on that? So that's why we get that press. This is a similar mentality. So you turn here, and if I get the edge on you there, I go faster. That's what you're then recovering. And remember, when I looked at this one, I did say about we've gone too far. However, what if you can't do that? What if you stick with it?
Yeah.
That's actually brilliant, because this is what's going to bring us on to section 5 really well. Because what you're doing there is the true essence of sticking hands. You're sticking to me. So when you try your gown and you push off to here, and I move around, he's sticking with my arm, so that's why you want to stay with that dive on. It's absolutely fine to want to do that. Looking at lap fac sau. When we do a lap fac sau, from my ball, my foot sau hand is going to lap, and he blocks. Or to put it another way, as we do this, I lap, and he blocks. I disengage in order to lap, and he blocks. Or if you lap me, we'll change this side. So you go for the lap. I'm going to hopefully get to this quick enough. So he's done the lap, my arm is down here, and then I'm going to pull back. So that's kind of what we're hoping for. Again, using that mentality though, the true essence of sticking hands. If I stick to him, so let's roll again.
That's all right.
And you'll see that my right hand is with his left. We'll exaggerate this, do a kind of a big old lap. So he circles around, you see my hand will go with him at this point, which means he never gets the lap, because I never let contact go. So normally, if you do a lap fac sau, I'm going to lose contact and try and regain it. So you do a fast one. But in this case, I never let go of him. I stayed with him. So go for the lap, and I'm still up there. So this is now, this position is a Tannenbaum. What is a Tannenbaum? We're also a Kwun in this position. So from a Kwun, at any point if I lap, I'm going to trap his arms, and I'm going to slide up. And that's what we see in section 5 of the knife form. When we step in with the gowns, and we see the Kwun rather, we push, and we get that slide. So with the knives on this one, we've stepped in with the Kwun Sau here, so we push, and then as we lift the ball, we lower the tip of the blade here, leading with the fist and sliding through and square. So again, when we're doing that, we're going to lower, then it's left leg, left arm forwards as we push, lowering down, these are parallel, and then punch and guard. So what we're looking at there is that sliding up the arm element. You could punch, and I can use a Kwun this way, and then just slide up the arm, but we're looking at Chi Sau applications. So while we're rolling, if I lap you, normally I want to disengage and catch, But if you follow me around with that left arm here, he's already there at that point. If you lap with that left hand, he's going to pull, and you hear that as he slides up my arm as well. So that's what we're after. So again, you go for the lap back down, and I stay with him, and then the lap. If you punch again, you've got cover on this anyway, so you're absolutely fine. So we see that one, that lap, and the following. So really simple. So what we're trying to get from this is to roll in lap faxow, but to stay with your partner. So the other side. So your right hand. So don't think about this. Remember, I'll do it on you. For the simple rules in Chi Sau, when you're rolling Tanabong, 3 rules. Think of the elbow points, highest and lowest, highest and lowest. Number 2, any force or resistance or power comes from the base of the forearm. Rule number 3, keep your hand relaxed until it's time to not be relaxed. If it's already engaged, if it's tense, that's when you're going to get pulled down and ragged about and all the rest. So as long as our elbows are high and low when they need to be, I'll lap you, don't think about anything. And just whichever arm. So and you can do like silly exercises. We've done this before if anyone's been on it, where we've kind of just for no reason moved out and just followed the arm, just followed wherever it's gone, just to get used to this, so we get used to actually staying with that position. So if you do a silly thing and I'm moving about, now we get back into the shape of it on my lap, and you've gone with me.
Yeah, it's natural.
It is natural, you've automatically gone with me. So all too often we'll allow ourselves to disengage. Well, that kind of, it almost sounds like I'm ruling out a lap, because if that's the case, it's not going to work. We're talking about a lap that's on a singular kind of level here, where I'm going to roll and he's going to go with me. For me to make my lap successful, what I need to do really is to give him a little bit of pressure on that bong. He's pushing on that bong now, that's what I'm going to lap. I'm then going to generate something from that. Because no one's going to go, hey, and then you put a bong up, and then you lap it. You're going to lap something that's moving. That's the point of Chi Sau. When we're looking at this Go Sau, this attacking hands. Chi Sau is different levels, of course. Dan Chi Sau, laps exercise, Poon Sau, Go Sau, Fan Sau, Dok Sau. So whenever we look at normal Chi Sau, we're referring to Go Sau, attacking hands. And if I do a bong lap faxow, what that's representing is, as I lap, I'm representing that something is pushed against my bong, and that's where I'm lapping, here. Like a punch comes in, something's pushed against my bong, and that's where I'm lapping. So that's what that is representing. So if somebody is just rolling and tries to lap from that point, we haven't actually engaged in any kind of third dimension with this. We're not doing any pushing and pulling at the moment, we're just up and down. So if I go for the lap on him, he should be able to follow me, and I shouldn't be successful with that. Now my hands are going to be crossed when he laps, and that's the technique. So we'll have a little play with that. As I say, the main purpose that we're looking at, and the reason why you've got into your Quan Sau before the lap and the sliding Fac Sau, the reason you've got into that Quan is because you've stayed tactile, literally sticking hands with your partner. When they've gone for the lap, you've just followed with them. So have a little play with that and see what it brings you. We'll have a go at that before we finish. Nice one. Cheers.